Coffee with Joy. I'm your favorite host, Joy, with Coffee with Joy talk show and podcast. I am so excited and so elated for our love story edition. Are you in love? Are you a couple? Are you two people that just meeting for the first time? That's just starting into a relationship? Well, have no fear. I have a great couple who's married, who's here to tell us all about their love story. How did they keep this love story going for so long, and so much more. So my guests, Breanna and Delonte, going to share just a snippet of their love story and so much more. So after these messages, we're going to speak to my guests, and I'm so excited to hear what they have to say.
PAL QR code, and so that you can find out more about these Q sets and so much more. Let's get to
welcome back to Coffee with Joy. So now I'm gonna bring on my guests, Delonte and Bree. So, hello, favorite couple. How are you all?
Hey, Joy.
What's going on, Joy?
Good. So, let's jump right into it. Can you tell people a little bit about yourself and just a snippet of how this love story started? You know, it looks so grand.
Well, thank you. My name is Breanna.
And I'm her husband, Delonte.
Yeah, so we met through mutual friends, actually. This was right out of high school. We weren't looking to be dating anybody. Well, I wasn't looking to be dating nobody.
No, I wasn't.
We became friends because, so we were on the way to the mall. Well, one of our friends, I'll just tell you the whole story.
We had mutual friends.
Yeah. So we were on the way to the mall. Our mutual friends came to pick me up to go to the mall. And he was sitting behind me. I didn't know him at the time. And he kept like tugging at my hair. And I was like, because it was somebody else. I was like, why are you pulling at my hair? Because I'm like, it's not this person I don't know. But it was him.
It was me. I could blame it on the person that she did know.
So we've been friends ever since then.
Yeah, I wanted to be acquainted with her because she was the only person in the car that I didn't know really well. So even from that day, we had, our chemistry was really good.
Wow.
So it just built up that way.
So how was the first date? Like, how did now we move from meeting one another, right? So now, what is this first date like? Like, Delonte, how did you ask Bree to be your girlfriend? Or in some people, nucleus, it just happened. We just became girlfriend and boyfriend, which I think that's kind of oxymoron. Somebody had asked, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody here asked somebody, right? Or Delonte asked Bree. So how did the first date come along, and how did this union become one?
That's funny, because I was going to say you left out a part of the story.
What about
about how you asked me?
Oh, what the text? Oh, that was crazy. All right, so how it goes is so even from the mall incident, we stayed close friends. Like we just stayed close friends. Like we literally was just tight. Like we just remained close. So when I finally had to jump over that hump of like, hey, I like this girl for real. I text her and I'm like, hey, I think we should take this seriously. Like we'd be on the phone all night, every night for like probably like a half a year, close to a year. So I finally texted her and she went like blank for hours. Like, and she always responds to me, always. So she,
he was like, I have this idea.
Yeah, I have this idea.
And he pitched
it.
Yeah, this idea of us being together. And I was like, wait.
Yeah, it was because our life, like our expectancy out of life, the fun, the laughs, all of it was on the same path. And not only that, it kind of also boosted how I see my own life. You know what I'm saying? Like just more fun, more not just fun, but just a wider view of life. And her life force, it was invested into mine. So I'm like, I think I need to be with you, and yeah, that's how it happened. First date. Oh, was that my birthday?
Oh yeah, I took my first birthday.
Yeah, that was different. Yeah, she took me out for my birthday on a boat. So, at that, like 2019, 20, I've never had.
So we went on a water taxi, and that was it's actually very inexpensive, but you put some thought into things, and
she had it staged really nice. I mean, at 20 years old, you know what I'm saying? This beautiful person taking me out, I was like what? Nobody I've ever ever dated never did nothing like this for me before. I'm like, oh, she liked me like me.
So my only hesitation was, I feel like this may help some people because I felt like we were friends. So I was able to when I had guy friends, it would always be like they start to like me, and I like that. It wasn't like that with him.
Yeah, we was friends for a
So
long
I got
time.
to like let loose, be goofy, not care about how I looked or, you know, what I say. Like we were really best friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then he like went over. I had feelings for him too, but I was like, I like the way this is, so I'm not gonna mess it up.
Yeah, it was
when
perfect
he was
for
like,
us as just best friends. But
I had this idea, and I was like, no, I can't be my goofy self anymore. But that just wasn't true.
Well, that's good because normally, like you stated, I don't think relationships people know what platonic means, right? You
Mhm.
just can't just be friends.
Yeah.
Somebody got to cross over, and you don't want it. Just want to be friends. Like, hey, we in second grade, just friends. You know, just kicking it. You know, it's nowadays it's so hard. You know, we
Yeah.
just can't just be in the air, just be in the room and let osmosis do what he got to do. Just enjoy the moment. So now that you guys are in this relationship, you're dating. What is one thing that you all love doing, and what is something that you find to be a challenging, if so, in the
Mhm.
relationship?
Well, we've been together since 2012. How many years is that?
Seems like you've been together for 20
You
years.
know.
that's why I say, yeah, I definitely 11 to 12 years.
So
for
when
sure.
you've been together, I feel like when you hit a year and you ain't had no problems, it's not a real relationship. Y'all
Nah,
ain't
yeah,
really.
y'all still on the high.
So we gonna have some, you know, some disagreements.
But to answer your question, the favorite thing for us to do is probably like simple laugh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that's
Oh yeah.
favorite that we do that every day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cracking jokes all the time.
for sure. They don't stop at all.
And now our kids do it too.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you know, do you find that to be like a form of communication? Like, how well is your communication? And if somebody were to look and say, you know, how do you all communicate? Because some people can't communicate nonverbal, right? Again, that's a built over time because you two know one another, right? But how is the communication, and how would you convey if at some point, where do you agree to disagree? Because you guys been in a relationship long enough, you know, you pretty much been around the sun quite enough to say, hey, there's a pattern here where we're just, you know what, we're going to agree to disagree. But how is the communication, and how do you all let each other be each other, even though it's been stated, you know, you guys been friends well before you guys got into a relationship?
That's good. Let each other be each other. Communication. We had to work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. You can talk to someone, but really communicating to get to a space of like, what am I trying to say? Effective communication.
Okay. Yeah.
Not just saying words.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
saying what the person wants to hear, because then you'll feel some type of way. And then, you know, you got to build on what you actually feel. Not what you think the other person will like to hear. Or it could go the opposite way, saying only what you want to say, caring about your feelings.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So just going off of Bree, I've never even thought of it this way, but communication has definitely been challenging when it needed to. So, you know, as you grow together, things start to become misaligned, only because you're also growing up and
two people growing.
Yeah, together. 2 people growing in separate lives, but together. So as far as communication, I'd say we always talked, but effective communicating was like a lot harder, because if I'm coming from my heart and like say this is my block, but her as her hold is here, I'm talking to an empty space. I gotta meet her where she's at her listening ear, and likewise for her. And you know, trying to align those can take some time, and of course frustration. And we're here today, but the thing is, you gotta want to. You gotta want to see the goal, so you gotta try to really, really, really make it work. You know, because growing up, everybody goes through their stuff. So
I feel like I used to be like, just forget it, like just forget it. He's like, no, we need to communicate. So he helped me a lot with my communication skills.
Yeah, I mean, and I was somebody that I'd say a lot, I talk a lot, but I couldn't. To her, I was saying nothing because I wasn't being direct and I wasn't getting to the point. Like. So, you know, effective communication again.
Also, I don't know if this goes with communication, but learning each other's love language. I guess I don't know, is that communication?
Yeah, I think
it is communication. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was something we also had to go through, because it's like, well, I'm doing this, what my love language, or used to be like, I'm giving you gifts, I'm doing things to try to fix this problem, but you're not acting like you're grateful for it, or you're not, you know, we're not getting past it. But that's what I like. It's not what he likes. So it's like we had to really learn each other's
Yeah,
love language.
there's a saying for that. I forgot what it is, but yeah, I was like, however, what I show you is not what you want. It's what I think. I forget what the saying is, something like that.
I don't know the same, but I think, sometimes in relationship, and this is just through research, where some people give their spouse something that they like, not knowing that they haven't really done the research or communicated what they really like. Just because, you may like, I like salad, I'm giving you a salad, but salad may not be your thing, but I'm going to eat it because I'm grateful. But, and I truly believe where, especially if you're new in relationship, if that's something, I'm not saying that you should jump on it right then and there, but don't let it fester, bring out communication, explain, because effective communication really help. And when I mean effective, that comes with substance, right? And don't be so wordy. And I think a lot of relationship where they become wordy and they just talking at each other, just talking, and not really, and just not really pinpointing and really it's the art of listening. Some people just listen to combat without listening to a point that an individual said. I remember I was talking to this guy and he would pick me up from the airport and he said, you know what? And I would have my friends take me to the airport. I would say, I'm a morning person. Take me to the early. They was like, I don't know how you do it. I'm like, I don't understand how you all could get up for work, but I'm asking you to take me to the airport. But no, you're not there. He was always nice to pick me up and take me with no problems, right? But this one particular time, it was twice, but one particular time he made a way to do it. But the second time, he said, you know what? We're gonna have to we're gonna have to budget where you could park your car at the airport. And you know what? I say, don't even worry. It's like God gave me a revelation. God said, you know what, we got you. And ever since then, I park at the airport for the mere fact that I was ready to attack what he was saying. But God said, listen. And as I listened, I said, you know what? You're right. Went to the ATM, put the money in the car. So when I my car come out, but I say that is, just really listen and take heed, because all this time, and as I'm sitting on the plane, I was like, I could have been parking my car at the airport for the longest.
The whole time,
The whole time, it's just taking the money out. But again, it's with substance, with the effective communication, just listening. And I'm from there. So now, what is something that you all do that you all love to do as a couple? Some couples, that's their thing, to go out every Friday, or, hey, just sit and chill. What is one thing that you all love to do that is uninterrupted? How there's non-negotiable, like we must, because you guys have been in a relationship long enough where, okay, which I think, hey, this is something for us. This is what keeps us sane as a couple. What is that one thing that keeps this couple sane?
One thing.
Trying to work on that. Can you think of one thing?
Yeah, one. So just
it could be multiple, but hey.
Backstory: we trying to rediscover our time with, we have a family, we have 3 young kids, so they split us up a lot. Mm-hmm. So when we do get time to ourselves, we do kind of figure like, what is something we like to do together, responsibilities aside. Mm-hmm. And just trying to get out while also needing rest it's definitely a little different. We party. Like we're a couple, we party together. We don't separate when it's time to party. We hit the clubs together. We dance together. We be in the same club. She may dance. I may be at the bar chilling, but she with her girls. We do everything together. And it's not like just to be together. We actually have fun together. So, if she's in my passenger seat, it's a good day for me. It's a good day for me. No kids in the back. We I know she's gonna go wherever, and we're gonna have a good time. Watching movies is also good, but like she said, we still trying to figure that out, like in this current stage right now in our lives.
So we have a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. So we're like freshly out of the getting our sleep interrupted in the middle of the night. So
we back to being normal human beings again.
Yes, but like
the last 6-7 years.
Maybe a solid month or two. Well, actually, so we're back in the stage of him waking up. So we're trying to figure out how to. We made it a goal to set a date night every month. We have not done that yet. So this is good that you asked that, because we say we want to spend time together, but then the kids and everything that's happening with them, it could really take up a lot of our time. And then that can create, space between us. And then we're trying to figure out why we're so irritated sometimes, or, we're not taking the time that we need because we enjoy spending time together. So that's good that you asked that. We need to make sure we put it on the calendar. Get a babysitter.
Get that babysitter.
Yeah, because we'll go out, and then he's learned that when I'm out, I'm like, I just really need to go to sleep.
Yeah,
so he was like,
tired, yeah.
He was like, we need to get you some sleep first, because
then we can go out.
Yeah, because I'll go out and it's like a checking the box off. But it's like we don't want to just do that. We want to actually enjoy our time together. So
yeah, so
good to hear. Because again, there's couples who's facing it, and just a little tidbit. You never know how much your story, your authentic story, is helping somebody else. Because there's other couples who have kids and probably have like 3 under 3.
Right,
and they share their story, and it's like, okay, so this is a good way of segue. Sometimes people, not even saying couple, people need redirection. It's like, and then once you hear, it's like, oh yeah, let me go back to that. So sometimes I know for a fact that, because it helps me. Because when I hear something, I say, yeah, that's right. So this truly does help. So after these messages, we're going to continue to talk to my guests, Breanna and Delonte. Keep it now. Now they're married. They're with family. And we know a lot could come in play. As they stated before, they have 3 young children. So if you have children, is there any tidbits you could share or listen to what they have, or any comments? Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and follow Coffee with Joy. After these messages, we're going to continue to talk to my guests, Breanna and Delonte. On our podcast, connect with us, the Coffee with Joy Talk Show podcast, and let's grow together. Email us, and we surely back to Coffee with Joy and bring it back on my guests, Breanna and Delonte. Woo, woo, woo. Yes. So now you guys are married. How did the proposal go? And I would know about the proposal.
Yes.
I love engagement. I love engagement because, one, and I could be biased here, if anybody up for debate, let's go, because you're going to lose. But I love when the man is seeing, again, from hindsight, right? The man is doing the work. They put in the planning, the authenticity. It's not normal, as it should be, but it's not normal that a man actually do everything and say, I'm gonna work this to the T, do this. And granted, if they get help, that's fine. But to see that a man orchestrate the proposal, it's like, hands down, you love this woman, hands down. Versus, come on, will you marry me? I mean, hands down. So how was the proposal and the wedding day?
You want to go to a proposal, or you want me to tell her?
So no, that's fine. So the proposal was actually on my birthday. How many years ago? I don't know. It was on my birthday. So we went out to a Mexican restaurant. I love Mexican food.
It was a good spot too. Yes. 5-star spot. Yeah,
it was a place in DC. Do you remember?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well. So he went to the restroom, and I was like, okay, well, I'm ready to go. We finished our food, and he was just gone. And I'm like, okay. So he was like, you don't want to order some more, or what'd you say, play a game or something? And I was like, no.
There you go. We had our food. I even ordered more to go food. The food was really good too.
It was really good.
You gotta go back.
But I'm like, we're just in here. We can go.
It's a rainy day.
Yeah, it was a rainy day. So he went. I thought he went to the restroom. He went to go get. It was a whole crowd in the lobby. So they called him and said, everyone is here. So they were clearing out as he was in the restroom. The people that were working there were like clearing out all the tables and the chairs. I was like, are you guys closing? He said, oh no, there's just a big party coming in. So I was like, okay. Because in my head, I'm like, now we really got to go. They're closing up on us. Like, come on now. And it's only us in there. So I was like, okay, it's a big party coming. I'll just wait. I'll be patient. I'm enjoying. So they cleared out the space. And then I see people that I know, and they were just giving me roses. I was like, oh, this is such a cute birthday surprise. They're about to sing happy birthday or something.
Yeah.
So it was so many people. They came in. Our son was so young at that time, our first son. And it was just so many people. And then I was holding my son because he didn't like all the people around. He was a little scared. And then he got down on one knee, and I was like, wait a minute. I was not expecting that at all. We had been together. So we've been together for so long. And we actually it's funny because we actually didn't want to be married. Like when we were just starting to date, we would both agree, like, yeah, as long as we together, we don't need to get the government involved. You know, we were. Then we had kids.
Got the government involved.
But then we had kids and we got a house, and I was like, okay, we need to make this official because if something happens to one of us, I need us to not have our stuff go to the government. Like we need to have rights to these things. So it was a business decision, but when it actually happened, honey, it was no longer a business decision. I was like, it just hit reset.
She was so different.
It hit reset on everything with the engagement, and then when we got married, it hit reset again.
Yeah, both were beautiful. Just to because I put in a whole lot of work for that engagement. it was great because we had a great time. The food was good, a lot of laughs. She's out there celebrating her birthday. I got us in matching outfits. She don't know, you know what I'm saying? Got her something. I made sure I got something to match. So the photos look amazing. So I want to say 25 plus, maybe 30 people showed up. I made sure everybody showed up with a rose. So the table was full of roses.
It was so beautiful.
So many of our, because we both come from like big crowds, big family, big, just everything. So the whole area was loaded. Just I practiced getting down on one knee. The pictures look crazy. I mean, they look great. They look great. That's just to set up. Then we went to go party afterwards.
Went to the club after. And I had my girls there.
Yeah.
Having it up.
Oh, she was on a high. Yeah, on a high.
I can't imagine. When you say practice, you make it seem like you're 68. I had to practice.
Listen. You don't want to trip up. You don't want, because them cameras rolling. You don't want to trip up, or, you know what I'm saying, and mess up the moment.
Yeah.
This is the one big moment. So it was amazing. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. The roses, I know, definitely set the tea. Definitely set the tea. So now that you guys are married with 3 kids in, how would you describe your now versus when you started, when you got in the relationship, not when you were friends, but when you were started dating? Because now time has evolved. Great things has happened. You brought life. You have a house. You guys have businesses. So how would you compare then to now?
I made the right choice. It was a good idea. Like I told her.
It was a very good idea. Yes.
But I mean, mine is still like responsibilities. When we get time, like multiple days, because you gotta. It takes days or hours for that every day to wear off. And once that finally filters out, it's like that's the person I met 10 years ago. It's that same. It's just that so much we got together that we have to be responsible for, and we don't want it to be responsible. We got to upkeep it. I live a great life. So it's a lot of upkeep with everything just to make sure. Because I mean, even she's like an extension of me. Like even when she speaks to people. She talks to people my family I don't talk to because she represents me at this point, so it's, and then on top of that, like her humor, her generosity, her patience, her love, all that. I mean, she taught me stuff, but now, it's who I married somebody that represents what I think life should be.
Awesome.
Yeah. We grew together. I feel like I told him, God knew I needed you. But I feel like we needed each other. Like we balance each other out. Like he's taught me so much. I've taught him so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Like we needed each other. It was a great puzzle piece for us to
definitely a puzzle piece. That's what I call it.
Yeah, like there's tension when you grow, but when you actually put in the work, it's something beautiful on the other side of that. Like once you actually put in the work.
Yeah. That's amazing. What is something that you all push each other to do? Like your love, like if there's something that's taking place, there's anything that you all push each other, because, as a spouse, you should see, love seeing your spouse grow into something, right? Something that they love despite, because, of course, cleaning the house is always there. Maintaining the kids is always there. Maintaining each other is always there. But it's that love, that's something that you have that's outside, that really keeps you going. Like some people may be into fitness, no matter what they get into. Some people may be into, doing arts, drawn? What is something that you all push each other to do? No matter what, despite life, because at the end of the day, we know life is just gonna life.
Yeah, for
No
sure.
matter what, it's still gonna life.
So I can tell you what you push me to do.
Uh-oh.
Whenever, so I love. Well, at the moment, it's my podcast.
Yeah.
So, but with anything in the past, it was whatever project I was working on. Like I did a fashion show when I had my online boutique. Any project that I needed to be head down, and it's like I feel like it's too hard. Like I don't want to do it, but I got to keep doing it. He was always pushing me to do it. But with the podcast specifically, I feel like this was one of the most challenging because I feel like it's what God put on my heart, but you don't always see, the money coming in from it. So it was one day and I was like, I just feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Like am I even making a difference? Is it, it was none but the enemy in my head. And I was saying it out loud and I was like feeling like I just don't want to do this. I feel like I'm wasting my time, all this work I'm putting into it, and I'm not seeing, any fruits of my labor yet.
Yeah.
So he was like, okay, just focus on this because I'm worried about other things, financials and everything else. He was like, just focus on this. I got everything else. I need you to just focus on this. You got this, encouragement and yeah. So when he knows I want to do something, but when I feel like I'm tired, I'm exhausted, he's there to keep me going.
And that's great to hear because people need to hear that, two becomes one, someone there to push you, someone there to help you, no matter what, despite, we're going to get into an argument. Yeah, it's not going to always be the flowers, but just to hear, no matter what we're going through, my spouse is there to push me and, vice versa, either or, there to push me despite, because like you said, even though you can't see the fruit of your labor, sometimes no one can really tell when the seed is really growing. Yes. All we see is dirt, right? So it really takes time for it to grow, but either I stay in it or I quit. So God gave us that option. Which one you're going to do? But I promise you, stay in there and work with me. I promise you're going to see the fruit of the labor because it's definitely will come. But just to have that spouse, to be that encourager, to push you through, is definitely an ear hustling. It's just like a little tidbit, just like angel sitting on your shoulder saying, you got this, you got this. Because I'm telling you, people need to understand. It's hard.
Yeah, seriously.
And to have another human being in the house that's not trying to help you, oh my goodness. Let me tell you.
I couldn't imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be different. Yeah, I'm definitely spoiled in that sense of, having somebody that's really in your corner.
Yeah. And couples need to hear that, and this is part of the love story because I know all stories. No man under the sun is not going through issues. Nobody. Nobody.
That's true. Yes.
Only difference is how you tackle them, right? But especially being with someone that you love, problems still not going to stop. But to know that, we work together, we come together, and this part of the story, chapter 6 may have been written wrong or things have gone wrong, but chapter 7 is coming. Or it may be the next paragraph, but just to hear, I love the engagement. I'll tell you, I'm a fan for the engagement. Because that's the precedent, right? And when you're able to, think outside the box or, even if with help, but just to see the man doing it, it really puts a big smile on my face, because I'm appreciating now. Tomorrow worry about itself. But that's truly great to hear. So what does love mean in your relationship? What does love mean? Of course, Webster has his own. Society has its own.
Yeah.
So in the household of Breanna and Delonte, what does love mean to you all? What does love mean?
Love mean. It's like where your heart is, where your passion is, like what you want to do. I guess you mean love amongst each other.
Yeah, just love. Here's the thing, my definition can't be your definition.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And we know it's an action word. We know it's a verb, but my love is different. My love may be, hey, I know he loves me, but he works out in the sea, but he takes care of us, but he shows his love by the art of by the love language, right? But that may not be somebody else. You know,
Okay.
through the struggle, love is different. You know, love can't be, we just know it's an action. How do we show each other love? What does that love look like for us? Because what works in my household may not work in your household, you know, but both couples love each other, but it's just different, you know. Because again, I don't want people to think that superficial love is just, oh, I'm always giving you stuff. It's always, oh, smiles. It's always 42 teeth and big smile. You know? It may just, your presence is just what I need, you know? And love is a daily thing, you know? It's what Christ did. It's a daily thing, you know? It's not, oh, I love you and that's it. No, daily, because I don't know what tomorrow may bring, but today is what we're working on. So that's why I always ask, you know, what does love mean in your household? What does that look like? Or what is it, you know?
Yeah.
It's love is very expressive in here. Like it's like, I mean, if you take a breath for 10 seconds too long, somebody might not think you don't love them anymore. It's very expressive. I mean, jokes, listening, communication. My kids, even her, like she wasn't even like a touchy person. If I don't rub her back if I walk past her or rub her shoulders, she'd say, "You don't love me no more."
Right.
Yeah. You don't love me no more because I may have something. I might have walked past and had something else on my mind at the same time. But very expressive. Just showing up for like, you know, cuddle time, jokes, just being present. You know, we all have not we all, but we have our phones in our hands, so we kind of get distracted with that. But I know for a fact we definitely be like, you know, put this down and just be present here. And we definitely try to do that. You know, I get involved in like football games. I get locked in, and thank goodness that she loves it when I watch football because she just cuddles up under me while
and
I
I'm
watch.
like, well, I'm about to go to sleep. You go ahead, watch football.
Yeah.
So it's expressive to the point. It's constant touch and constant laughs. So if I'm down, because I like to push I push all my emotions and how I feel like love wise through the house. So if I'm down, if I don't feel good, like everybody can probably read it. My kids, they still kids, but they can probably feel it. And she'll hit me up maybe later or in the night, like, hey, you feeling okay? You know.
Yeah, not even, he won't even say anything, you know, off. It's
nothing wrong,
like he's like, who wants daddy hugs?
Yeah,
and, you know, like this big ball of energy
Yeah.
single day. So when it's not this big ball of energy, we're like, hold on.
Yeah.
Something's out of whack.
You sick?
Yeah.
She's like, you sick?
Okay.
Is everything all right?
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie. When I get sick, I'm going straight to the bed. I don't feel good. I'm the big baby.
Wow. That's good. I mean, you see, and you can feel it. You can see it in your household, you know, because like you stated, no matter how young the kids are, they know what that love look like. They probably can't express it, but they know, hey, my dad didn't pick me up. So that's a great way. Also, thanks for sharing.
I got one more.
Yeah.
So also knowing if I have a bad day, that he's still gonna be here. Like if I don't, we're gonna have our bad days. But I'm never afraid that he'll leave or won't, you know, embrace me in the same way. He'll be like, okay, something's wrong, and he'll hold me or, you know, ask questions. I'm not one to like just bring it out. I need to work on that. He be trying to pull it out, but I'm like, I just want to, I know, we're working on it. But I'm usually one to just like, you know, I'm gonna be quiet. So he can tell when I'm quiet as well. And it's like, if I have a bad day or I get irritated and I show you I'm irritated, I'm not afraid, oh my God, he's gonna leave me. It's like, he loves me on my good days and bad days.
Amen. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Boop, boop. Yeah. That's because again, I mean, people need to hear that because we're human, you know, that's good. We're human. And as much as, in the words of Tupac, I'm not a good, but don't push me. You know, I know that's not good, but I have to, because again, as people say, yeah, I know me. You don't know you. You don't know you like you know you. Because it's gonna be a day God gonna try you. Like you know you. But again, but it's good to know for sure that you have someone on your side. So as we bring the show to a close, what is one thing in Breanna and Delonte's household, what is one thing that keeps you all together through prayer, scripture, love, game, date night? What is something that keeps the relationship together despite what life has to offer? What is the nucleus, like non-negotiable? What is something that keeps this relationship driven?
That's good.
That is a good question. Just the viewpoint, you know. I feel like, you know, me, I'm a type of person where I look at the future always. The future is always bright. I could stub my toe, and tomorrow's gonna be a better day for sure. Like, I'm not worried about that. So with her by my side, or as the leader, I know the future is always gonna be brighter. Yeah. So that's the thing for me, you know. Or, I mean, not to get like morbid or whatever, but like if I was to perish, and you know, I know what came with. I'm saying what came with whatever I had left is gonna be good with her, you know. So and whatever when she's out, you know what I'm saying, it all represents an extension. So
yeah,
I love my partner for sure. So yeah, we like life partners. Yeah. So
yes.
It's a what Nike call it? It's a lifetime deal.
Lifetime
deal.
Yeah.
Lifetime.
You
got to say something?
Oh, yeah. Like what actually keeps us together? Like you said, I didn't realize this until you said it, but like the physical touch.
Oh yeah.
Like what? Yeah. Like the hugs, embraces. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. I love on my booze all day long.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
So I think that like when I feel his touch, it's like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. You know, like it kind of brings me back, my heart back into my anxiety back is regulated again.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Well, Breanna and Delonte, thank you all for sharing just a snippet of your love story. I know we try to plug here and there and try to pick it out. What I know you all helped someone today, because somebody going to look back and is like, wow, we can do it if they can do it. You know, your information is completely valid. You definitely share some great information. So I look forward, of course, this relationship. I hope when the good Lord's ready, my relationship could, you know, be like y'all's, you know, love and understandable, you know, definitely be the denominator of God and continue to, no matter what, love. So thank you so much for sharing your story. So please make sure that you like, share, and follow Coffee with Joy. If you would love to be a guest on our show, please make sure that you email us at thecoffeewithjoyshow@gmail.com or go to our website, which is thecoffeewithjoyshow.com. Now, keep in mind, if you are in love, if you have a question or just a comment, please make sure that you do share below. But we'll love to hear. And I know for a fact, Breanna and Delonte will love to reach out. And if you'd love to be a guest on Bree's show, please follow her show right below her name. She's also a podcaster as well. So, you know, I want to shoot my girl out there, you know. So, and if you would love to patronize our show, please make sure that you follow the QR codes. Any amount would do. Of course, that help builds up our program. But as always, as you know, if it is a weekday or weekend, it is Coffee with Joy. Happy Valentine's Day. And make sure that you love on yourself as well as your spouse or someone near and dear. But live life on purpose. You all have a blessed night and talk to you soon.